Good morning. It is just past 8 on the 7th of May after this massive incident that occurred yesterday where a building collapsed in Victoria Street in George. It is incredible to think that there are still at least 49 people trapped underneath this rubble behind us. With me is our George Mayor, Leon van Wyk. Leon, what is any updates for us? What is the latest news?
Yes, as you've indicated, we are still searching for 49 people, and at this stage there were a total of 75 people in the building, so there are 26 that have been taken out, of which there are 5 deaths and 21 survivors that have come out. You know, we're obviously sitting with a critical stage now in the first 24 hours, and you need to try and get as many people out. And then the next sort of level is 48 hours. So, you know, we're now about 6 hours away from the first 24-hour period. So there will no doubt be feverish activity today to try and get down into the areas where we believe there are people, because that was identified last night, a number of sites on the plan, and there was able to be a little bit of verbal communication with people, and there was also some cell phone communication as well with a couple of people. Now the difficulty is, I think that we can see behind us to get through this concrete, because you've got the various 4 or 5 floors that are now compacted into each other, and you've got to pry in between the different floor levels now, and you've got to work very carefully that you don't cause a further collapse. So there's all sorts of specialist equipment that has come in, and we are very fortunate and very grateful for the City of Cape Town and the provincial government who sent through teams and equipment last night. They rushed down here, and including SAPS sent down sniffer dogs from Cape Town and from Worcester as well. So all of that activity has been going on right through the night, and will continue then today as we look and see what we can do.
We realize the priority now is to save as many lives as possible and to get the trapped workers out.
Yes.
But the question is being posed, and everybody wants to know, how could something like this happen in a town like George? You know, this is sort of unbelievable. You think of these things happening in slums, not in a beautiful, pristine town like ours.
Yeah, you know, that's very difficult to understand and to comprehend what has taken place. But you know, at this stage, you know, clearly we are looking at the rescue operation. The Department of Labour team was here already yesterday afternoon and into the evening, and the SAPS crime scene investigators were here as well. So, you know, they will need to undertake that investigation, and no doubt, you know, they'll be looking at what took place and do all the necessary tests that will need to be done. You know, so in a building of this size, you need engineers, and you need structural engineers, and all those relevant competent people that would need to do ongoing testing the way construction like this takes place. So, you know, no doubt in time this will be found out, but it's obviously a massive tragedy, and you know, to think, as we do mention, that this is still taking place in the country. Yeah, and you know, one feels for the workers here, you feel for their families, and I mean our deepest condolences to all of those families, and for families to sit here and not know you know, where their loved ones are and when we're going to get them out is quite tragic. And you know, the other thing that I think I must mention is to thank the public and to thank businesses for their response in terms of food that they brought. You know, we got calls where restaurants were offering, and we said, okay, you know, take to the families, and then others brought food here. We've got Love George on site, we've got Gift of the Givers who've been here. One of the coffee shops came, they must have opened up at 10, 11 last night, bringing around coffees at that stage. It's absolutely wonderful what they have done And then, you know, you've got the various construction companies here who are assisting here, brought cranes in, brought facilities in, and have carried away certain of the rubble already last night and no doubt through the night.
Thank you very much, yes. We will keep you up to date about the developments in this tragedy, and let's hope that they get as many people out alive as possible.